Why is it that politicians are actually personal in their ambitions, irrespective of the office they occupy?
The system has made it very possible for them to live and achieve that aim, which you and I feel is a bit alien compared to what is happening in saner climes. When the system has made it possible for a winner to take it all, and the process through which they are all selected is never in the hands of their followers, they will never be accountable to you. And it's like you are never in any way contributing to the process of their emerging from the primaries down to the election. Perhaps it would be too much expecting for them to be accountable for you. Anyone who, for me, I want to speak as it is, as a follower, the system currently makes you look like someone who ships his or her goods through the wharf, but you are currently at the airport waiting for your cargo plane to land. It can never be there. If the process, as the new electoral act being currently amended, I keep telling Nigerians who are not careful, they are carried away with the electoral act. The electoral act is not supported by the constitution. Whatever act you carry out has to be very weighty with the amendment of the constitution. The constitution has permitted INEC to do election the way it's so fit, but the electoral act is giving the people through the electoral media means that has been employed. But if you can remember, during the 2023 election, a lot of persons went to court to challenge the use of manual by INEC when the electronic media means were available, and they cited the constitution. Same thing when they are clamoring for local government autonomy. The constitution permits a joint account with the state and the local government. The National Assembly members knew these clauses. That's why if you can see the opposition parties clamored for so much that should be amended in the constitution. Without that, it is impossible. Whatever laws you are currently enacting has to be conformed with the ground norm of the constitution, being the 1999 constitution. We are yet to see that. That's why I tell those who are expecting and feeling like the elections and the process will be quite different, I just see them as being carried away. The needful people, even those who claim to be an elite protesting, they are not calling for the amendment of the constitution that will back the electoral act. They are only calling for the electoral act to be amended. I tell you, quote me, I stand to be corrected. The constitution that permits INEC, you heard in court, a lot of the opposition parties, mainly the Labour Party, who went to court, the court cited the provisions of the constitution that supersedes the electoral act. That's why the current president is there. So not until you do that, in a preference, in economics, they call it scale of preference. When you take number 3 first instead of 1, 2, you're not going to get your results. It is not what you do, how you do it determines the change. And Nigerians should be very much conscious in what, it's just like what they are clamoring for women inclusiveness. What is the constitution saying concerning that? You don't make provision for a lopsided sympathy. The constitution does not give a place for sentiment. And now the constitution they want to, the electoral act that they want to bring in, and as well as a provision in the National Assembly to give room for women inclusiveness, is not permitted in the constitution. There are things you should think of. See, there are things you hold first. Every other thing follows up.